Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Ships of Naval Action. Today we are taking a look at a interesting ship, the only ship of her kind in naval action. Today we're taking a look at the Leopard, which was a 50-gun Portland class ship of the line of the Royal Navy. She was a 4th rate, 50 guns, a 2-decker, as you can see on the footage behind probably. The Leopard was first commissioned, or rather she was ordered on the 16th of October 1775, and however she kind of didn't really get launched until 1790. By that time she was definitely starting to become a bit out of date as a design. Like by that time even 64 gunners were starting to become a bit iffy. So a 50 gun ship to the line, yeah, she was starting to get definitely big time out of date. Historically, she was launched with 24-pounder cannons on the lower deck, 12-pounder on the middle gun deck, and a few light 6-pounders on her quarter deck and forecastle. So, in service, she would have a service of 24-ish years. She would serve during the French Revolutionary Wars, where she would capture a single French privateer, and she would serve in the Egyptian campaign. So if you were a lucky member of the Egyptian campaign, you got a little medal for that. Other than that, she didn't really do much during the Revolutionary Wars. Following that, you had the Napoleonic Wars, where she was just doing convoy duties and saved a wrecked ship that was in the convoy. The most notable and infamous event that happened with the Leopard is known as the Chesapeake Leopard Affair. So in early 1807, a handful of British sailors deserted their ships, and those ships were blockading the French ships in Chesapeake Bay, and some of these sailors joined the crew of USS Chesapeake. Kind of funny coincidence. In an attempt to recover the British deserters, Captain Salisbury Price Humphreys of the Leopard hailed Chesapeake and requested permission to search on board for the deserters. Well, the Commodore James Barron of the Chesapeake refused, and Leopard as a result opened fire. Barron was caught unprepared, they surrendered, and the Leopard searched for those deserters. They found 4 deserters, 3 were Americans and 1 British born. So of course that's part of the problem. The British took them to Halifax, and the British sailor was hanged for desertion, and the Americans had a sentence commuted, and they were offered to return to America. I don't know if they were returned to America. However, this event was a disastrous event. First of all, America and the British were at peace at this time. So the British ship firing on the Americans, well, very close to getting to war. Also, some of these were American-born sailors, so that has a bit of an issue of like nationality, and this was very close to causing war, as I said. And this would help bring up tensions in the lead-up to the War of 1812. It certainly didn't help. Following this event, she would escort a convoy from Portsmouth, and after that, she was part of a convoy assigned in the Mauritius campaign in the Indian Ocean. In 1812, she was converted to a troop ship, and on the 28th of June 1814, she was en route from Britain to Quebec with 475 Royal Scots Guardsmen when she was grounded on Anticosti Island in heavy fog, where the Leopard was destroyed. Luckily, all men aboard survived. That was the history of the Leopard. Next up, we would usually go for how she is in naval action. However, we have another interesting note, and that is the Leopard in fiction. There was a book series by a certain Patrick O'Brien, and you know, you might all know it, Aubrey and what's the other name? I forget what the other name, but Master and Commander, the movie is based on this. So, the Maturin series, Aubrey Maturin series, that's the name. The Leopard was present in a couple of those books, and I would highly recommend reading that book series. But in the series she was called the Horrible Old Leopard, and Aubrey would spend some time commanding the Leopard. I recommend to read the book if you want to know more about that. Or just look up Wikipedia, also works. But I'm not going to talk about that here because spoiler alert. Now we go into naval action. So what is the Leopard in naval action? Well, she is the 4th rate, and she does definitely deviate from historical accuracy here with her armament. She can carry 32-pound cannons on her gun deck, 24-pound cannons on her middle gun deck, and she carries 12-pounders on her quarter deck. So that is significantly heavier than she would carry in real life. She can also carry 42-pound carronades on her gun deck and middle gun, or both gun decks, and 32-pound on her quarter deck. However, I would definitely choose the cannons. 32-pound cannons versus 42-pound carronades. I don't think that is a competition. The cannons are significantly more powerful. In naval action, she is a ship of the line. She is decently fast. She does have some drawbacks, however, and that is just the amount of guns. She doesn't have a lot of guns for a 4th rate. We have some other alternatives like the Agamemnon, the Ingemanland, the Ratvisan, the Wapen von Hamburg, which all have more guns. Heck, even the USS United States and the Constitution have 2 more guns. However, the Leopard does have more bigger guns. The Constitution and United States max out at 24-pounders. Leopard has 32-pounders. So, does he have a bigger broadside? She does have one of the smallest broadsides in this class. However, she has a decent amount of speed. She's not a terrible sailor. She's not the greatest sailor. But, you know, she is a bit more in the middle. She doesn't have particularly great armor. She is an alright ship. I think she is a decently looking ship. However, she's a premium ship. You can only buy her on the Steam store, which does present a problem. And this is up for argument, like how they have done it and all of that. But if we take a look at the Leopard, without a sail, it's 34 euros. Which, let's be honest, it is quite a significant amount of money. With a sail, that might be reduced a bit. I won't judge whether it's worth it, but she doesn't really present a situation in my mind other than being some eye candy and a fun ship to sail. She doesn't really present a situation where she provides any extra value. So would I recommend her? Personally, I would not recommend buying her. If you can get her for free or for in-game money somehow, I don't think that's possible. But if there was a possibility to get her without spending real money, or maybe, you know, 5 euro or something, I would recommend her. For the price of 34 euros, I would say that is personally too costly. But she is a unique ship in being the smallest 2-decker gun, or 2-decker ship of the line in naval action, or just 2-decker ship in general. Yeah, I believe 2-decker ship in general in naval action. So she is somewhat unique. And of course she has her history with the whole Chesapeake Affair. But I don't think she's worth 34 euro. So, on that note, I do hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe and all of that. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!